My name is Julius J. From 4:30 all the way to 6 o'clock, we'll have a high-level panel discussing President Joseph Boakar's State of the Nation address. We will have Assistant Minister Emmanuel Barnes. We'll have Del Francis Ray. We will also have George Lobo. We will also have Tier 1 all the way from the UK. We hope to have former journalist, Malcolm Scott, on the line from the US. We hope to have him as well. So it promises to be quite a panel. We always have the ability to bring new people to panel. We hope to do that more and more this year, introduce new people to our panel. So you see, I'm introducing Emmanuel Barnes. And before I face, you always I'm not sure I've ever had Del Francis Ray in the panel. No. Yeah, so I'm introducing Del to a panel as well. George Lobo as well. I've hosted him, but not in a panel. No, I've hosted him in a panel. But yeah, we hope to make them regular. Bring in other new people as well, depending on what we know about your expertise. Yeah, it is not always going to be just one group of people. Malcolm Scott as well. Yeah, so that's why it is. We will be looking at it. High level discourse. We hope to have some Marylanders here at 4 o'clock for 30 minutes. You know, we're in the semi-finals against our little brothers and sisters going there. They have to give us way, man. To take that cup to the Soviets, we can able to defend the Soviets against anybody in the final. Granger has to understand. I will not talk bad things about Granger, you know. We are more or less the same. So I won't talk about that. I won't deal with them the way I was dealing with the other counties. Oh my word. So that is what it is right here on VOK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. A whole lot of things were said on yesterday. The panelists will be here. I will endeavor not to talk about the speech on yesterday. And you have to understand, I'll be having a panel here to discuss that. So, yeah, as much as a whole lot of you want to hear me discussing, critiquing the speech and all of that, I will not do that today. I'm not sure I'll do a show tomorrow. I think the 2 games are on tomorrow, the Counter Me games. If both of them are on tomorrow, we're supposed to relay them. So that will be an issue. Okay. There are growing international calls for peace talks to end the escalation of violence in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The fate of the economic and trading hub Goma is still unclear. UN officials have said the situation is chaotic, with fighting continuing in parts of the city. A Congolese government official has said the army is still in control of most of the regional capital, but M23 rebels who have attacked the city dispute that. That's the only story we have. Let's take a very quick break with some of our sponsors right here. When we come back, When we come back, we will rumble. We'll rumble, of course, as you know. The county meet is tomorrow. Let's go.
Liberia, the sun is shining, and so are your opportunities to enjoy 24 hours current with Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution. Why let the power of the sun go to waste when you can make use of it to generate current for your home, business, or community? With our state-of-the-art solar panels, you will enjoy 24 hours uninterrupted power, reliable energy, a greener, cleaner Liberia. Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution offers top quality, durable, and affordable solar panels designed for Liberia's sunny climate. So why wait? Call us today on 0772 262584 or visit our showroom, Claratown or Umako Building adjacent the RB Bank. Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution. Let's power your future with the sun together.
Banking Institute of Liberia, the training arm of the Liberia's Bankers Association and the Central Bank of Liberia, announces the commencement of its professional training program in the following categories. Professional development training. This targets graduate and seniors and degree holders. Courses we offered include microfinance, banking and finance, public accounting and finance, audit and internal controls, procurement and supply chain management, monitoring and evaluation, compliance and corporate risk management, work planning and report writing, office administration and organization management, customer service and human resource management, project planning and management, and computerized accounting, which includes QuickBooks, Excels, and Tally. Duration for this program is 3 months. Tuition is just US $275. The second program covers business development training. The Banking Institute of Liberia also offers training for high school graduates and college students in small business development and management and microfinance management. Duration for this program is just 2 months. Tuition stands at $205. All of our fees are payable in 3 installments. Training program at the Banking Institute of Liberia are facilitated by bank executives and financial experts. BRL is committed to providing professional training to all of its clients at international standards. For more information, visit the Institute's office on Warren and Kerry Street's intersection in the old microfinance building of the Central Bank of Liberia. Banking Institute of Liberia, the Center of Excellence in Banking and Financial Management Training.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
Okay. Welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. So we know that the United States Aid for International Development, USAID, in accordance with President Donald Trump's recent executive order, has sent out a memo putting a pause on new foreign aid spending as well as a stop work order for existing grants and contracts for organizations and non-governmental organizations under the USAID grant portfolio. That, of course, will have repercussions in places like Liberia. But let's see our sportsman, Sylvester Don't know if he's on base. But let's see if we can get him to tell us exactly what the fixtures are like for tomorrow and day after. It's important for us to give you the right information. So Sylvester will tell us shortly so we know what we're doing. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We're trying to get our spokesman. It seems we cannot get him. But of course, we'll also join Nyanti. Some things went on Capitol Hill. We'll also join our men in Lofa. Once we have them on, our team will let me know. And of course, we will get them on. So talking about the USAID thing. So it is going to have repercussions. People have been sending me another link about those who are being deported or who may be deported, the number of people from a country. Yeah, once we can verify that, we'll be able to talk about it. But someone did quite a brilliant analysis on this whole thing. Somebody shared their thoughts. One by Brenda Moore. The person said, let me share my thoughts. Most people working in development in Liberia, specifically those working with USAID-funded projects, suffered a shock in the last week when the U.S. government issued a stop work order on all USAID projects worldwide. The economic implications for a country like Liberia, local businesses that were benefiting from the influx of workers and materials for these projects may now face a slowdown. Jobs that were created by these projects are now at risk. Families will feel the pinch. The ripple effect will be felt throughout the country as less money is being spent and circulated. Moreover, the Liberian government will now be under pressure to find alternative funding to continue these projects. Allowing some of these projects to be halted altogether will mean restart, and in some cases, remobilization costs not initially included in the operational budget. With limited resources, this is no easy task. The stop work order will not only halt progress, but has also put a strain on our local economy and livelihoods of many Liberians. Once I can have our people on, I go straight to them. It is a stark reminder of how interconnected development projects are with the well-being of communities. In short, the effects are disruption of development projects, economic slowdown, increased poverty and inequality, strain on local government, uncertainty and instability, unemployment. Again, this is a reminder of how the politics of one nation can have a cascading effect on so many others across the globe. It's also a reminder that we need to be more intentional about raising funds to do our own developmental projects so that we have less and less reliance on foreign aid. For now, though, we have a long way to go to achieve that. Many must now wait, hope, and pray. Yeah, maybe it will not get as worse as we see it, but whether it gets worse or not, I always think that as a country, Liberia, we have a whole lot. We have a whole lot of resources that if we were to do it right, plan right, do it right, we will be able to achieve better. Okay, yeah, then let's get James so I can go to Nyanti. Or let me just start with Nyanti at once. Let me call Nyanti up. Okay, I am told that we now have James Colley from Lofa. James, welcome. Okay, we're trying to get him on. Again, we have to more and more rely on ourselves. We have to streamline how we are spending. buying all the big expensive cars every 3 years for officials and all of that. We have to look at it. The recurrent expenditures, high salaries and benefits, especially at these parastatals, at these SOEs and all of that. You know, so these are things we have to take into consideration as a country. We need to have a conversation with ourselves about what we want to do for ourselves. We have James now. James Colley from Lofa. James, welcome. James,
for having me, Julius.
Yeah, your internet seems to be tripping, but please, I don't know your background. I can see you clearly, but that is okay. Yeah, I can understand. That is Lofa. Now, are there any updates? Are there any arrests so far that have been made? Any persons of interest in this death of the little child?
Yeah, as again, I arrested Musupi Kane. Immediately the police launched an investigation. She was arrested. Preliminary investigation was done, and she has been forwarded to the for further prosecution. That was done today.
What are the claims against her?
She was charged with murder. Based on the money the police gathered from her at the police police preliminary investigation. So she has been sent to the magisterial court in Bonjaman. So we look for as the magisterial court will continue with the investigation, or will be sent to the 10th Judicial Circuit Court.
Did she admit? Are you aware if she admitted to doing the act, and did she allegedly do it alone or in collusion with others?
And this is where now the court will have to prove, because a short statement to the police that she's aware of two persons who John had this act, though she did not name the two of them at the police station. So during the trial at the District Court, the two persons she talked about the name, that we just name were not disclosed to the police by her.
Wow. Well, how is the county greeting this information?
It was trying to tension at the major court. There are people move in requesting the police to allow this girl to be flogged. So the court compound was getting crowded, but the information of this have to remove the majority. So were angry, they moved to, and as luck would have it, they were talked to and they left the court. They were talked to listing and follow up with the case as the judicial actors want to prosecute this. So we look forward to seeing that. But honestly, the police are not happy about these things that are happening. Tomorrow have been described Wednesday. The student vacation party will be coming out tomorrow for mass protests. And there's a group under the banner actions of solidarity of ministerial. Tomorrow they will be coming out because the superintendent 3 days not permitted to appear in the county. If that tomorrow will be us, and tomorrow have been set for a mass protest.
Okay.
So with these kinds of things happening, okay, just few hours ago, there was this Republican police guard that John Logan stabbed his friend after, as a result of a heated argument they had. So John Logan stabbed Corey, and he's on a critical condition at the hospital.
Where in the same Voyagema?
In Voyagema, last night, Logan and Corey went to break an argument and resulted to Logan stabbing Corey. So,
but
he's in a critical condition at the time.
this is becoming concerning. Lofa is reputed for being cool, calm, and all of that. Why are we getting all of these kinds of things coming out of Lofa recently?
And this is why the citizens able to gather tomorrow to call on the national government to the local leadership or government to make intervention either by empowering the police officers so that some of the cases can be fast tracked and police can also be empowered. Interesting to know that the police commander is using a push or start car, which is giving him some time to even move around.
The police commander in Lofa is using push and start. Do they have
the vehicle is very old, Julius. You have to park it on top of the hill, and you'll see the guy will push it a bit before it starts. So this is that the citizen will be putting forth before the government tomorrow.
This is serious. So everywhere to do, because Vorjema is the capital, so one would think that the police logistics in Vorjema should be okay. Do you know the number of cars they have in Lofa?
Lofa MP has one, and that is the one that is in that condition.
Amen.
It's here back for some number of days when it is done. So it's not really working effectively. We said when the citizen came on the last time from Doguma town, in Johnstown, the police commander used that same car to go there. It was something difficult for him to, and the citizen helped me to even push it up the town.
Oh.
So that is it. So the police officer.
So they have to park the car up the hill and push it. They start going. Why if the car breaks down? Why if the car breaks down to a flat place?
Because difficult, I thought the car is spending 2 months. That was last year. I was parked there for more than 2 months before they could get it. So now it will not serve the police. So these are things citizens will be coming up with. They will be paying their life at different locations of the different individuals that have lost their life through the means. And also they will be calling the government attention to empower the Liberian National Police.
Okay. Thanks so kindly, James Colley, for joining us. We sincerely appreciate it. Thanks so kindly. We will not let James Colley go. I still want to get Sylvester Tamba. Spoon is reporting state prosecutors have requested an extension of time to present crucial evidence in the alleged capital arson case before the Monrovia City Court. A continuance refers to the postponement or prolongation of a case. Today, the prosecution presented its third witness, Peter Johnson, who testified against the defendants. Our reporter noted that Johnson presented photocopied WhatsApp messages which he claimed were extracted from co-defendant Thomas Etheridge. Asking for extension. Wow. Okay. Well, we of course, as I always say, we need some speedy move into this. So, okay, I think we have the county meet fixtures now from our national contest post me Wednesday, January 29, basketball. But that basketball thing is saying, man, a football I'm interested in. We're interested in the football times. We need the football schedule. That's the football schedule we need. It's basketball. Sylvester, I need to talk to you. All these things you're saying, you're not understanding here. We're not understanding here. Yeah, we need the times on tomorrow because it will feed into what we do also here on tomorrow. So it's important for us to know the football times. When are the football games? By what time of the day? Who's playing tomorrow? Who's playing Thursday if there are games? Okay. It seems we can get Sylvester. Let's go to Nyanti. But very interesting things. Lofa, somebody has been arrested. A suspect has been arrested in that case of the little girl that was discovered there with parts extracted. But also, our reporter said there was a heated argument between two gentlemen, and one stabbed the other quite fatally. It could get worse. He also reported that the police in Lofa County very challenged. They have one old car in Lofa, while the others are here very plentiful all over these streets in Monrovia, passing all around, all to street corners. A policed city. Utensil, they put all kinds of things on the road, make the roads a very tight road smaller. Whatever they are doing, only they alone know. We never see the effect of it. No effect whatsoever, no positive effect. But it's just all over the place. But police, they get one old car in Lofa that they will carry up the hill, push it for the car to start. Push the car down the hill, then the car start coming. Bang, 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 then the car start. Yaka. Can you imagine? They come out for the counter. You using that kind of car there. Okay. We have Nyanti Togba with us, folks. Welcome, Nyanti.
Well, thank you, Julius. I was just trying to get through the camera, but this other technology seems to be giving some problem.
I am told that you shouldn't pretend. I am told that you have a very rotten phone and the phone camera is not permitting you to come through the system.
Yeah, but we'll get it much better. Yeah.
Okay, now, what happened at the house today? Tell us.
So my colleague Caroline Jancy has taken assignment there. So basically, she will lament more on that. But as it stands, I was just specifically at the Sunday. So Caroline was at the house and witnessed exactly what transpired with Representative Yeke Koloba and that of the embattled, that is the speaker of the majority bloc.
Okay, so if she's on base, then I'll allow her come in studio to
exactly
to explain that. Good. Now, at the Senate, I saw something about some constitutional reforms they want to put forth.
Well, yeah. So, during the previous election, there was this constitutional referendum that were put forth, but then that was denied because they didn't reach the required threshold at the time. And so this constitutional provision that went for referendum at the time talk about the reducing the term limit of the president from approximately the 6 to 4 years, and then they talk about the changing the date of the election, reducing the tenure of senator, representative, and also talking about the reducing the tenure for the leadership of the Senate and that of the that is the President pro tempore and that of the speaker. So on today, former pro tem Abachi wrote a communication asking the Senate to revisit this constitutional provision.
Well, are they going to put them through a referendum? Because I don't think the legislature can change those.
Yeah, so then that was his communication he addressed to the ballot, though they've not started discussion on it yet. So he wrote the ballot to revisit these provisions, stressing the need because in the communication that he wrote this ballot, that given other circumstances in terms of education, in terms of but a lot of resources that needed to educate the people in terms of creating awareness was not being met at the time. So most of the people didn't understand the essence of reducing this term limit for the different items that they have as part of the 8th proposition that went for referendum. So the body accepted that, and within a week or so, there will be the Senate is expected to be looking at this communication that was brought forth by Senator Abbott Chie. So that with regards to the communication brought forth today on the agenda of the Sunday. And then quickly, the Senate have given concurrence to the Liberia Tourism, that is the Liberia Tourism Authority, meaning to stem as a loan institution, and that instrument came from the House of Representatives and was sent forth to the Senate. So the Senate have concurred with that. So what that means is that either the tourism portion could be extracted from the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism, so that it will stand alone.
Okay. We lost Nyanti out there, but thanks so kindly. Nyanti, if Caroline is on base, hopefully she can come in now. Okay, so the fixtures. Nyanti, let's just conclude with you.
Yeah. So they concur with on this passage of the tourism bill that was sent forth by the House of Representatives. So making it as the Liberia Tourism Authority. So meaning that could be extracted from the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism. So that was acted upon on today by the Liberian Senate. So these are just some of the agenda items that was spoken about today. But then, Julia, just to bring your attention today, the Liberia National Fire Service Force were invited today because in the previous 2024 budget, there has been this complaint from Fire Service Force that they didn't receive some of the total allotment put in the budget for them. They didn't get all of this money, and there were money that the legislature announced that it was intended to buy a lot of fire service trucks, but then we didn't see anything of such happening until that the fire service has said that it's being constrained because of the fact that they only have one fire service truck that is being used to quench most of these fire incidents across the country in Monrovia as a whole. So today the fire service boss was invited to give a lot of clarification, but in fact he failed to clarify some of these items. In fact, he fumbles in terms of defending some of the issues that he raised. So most of the senator was somehow disappointed for the fact that he couldn't express exactly what are the challenges. So the Senate, some of the senators started to use some of the expression by saying that the fire service boss is not prepared for this hearing. In fact, he cannot answer the question. There were questions posed to him as to the $4 million that was allocated in the budget. Whether did he receive the money? At a certain time of the discussion, he will say yeah, he received it, and then when some of the questions come again, he will say he didn't receive the money. So there were the intents of inconsistency in his statement up Capitol Hill. So the Senate didn't. There was a motion that was entertained on the matter that they couldn't go further because they were not getting anything clear from the fire service boss. So this issue about the fire, the challenge at the Liberia National Fire Service Force that unable to talk.
Yeah, because always we hear about these challenges. They always talk about them. Then they invite you. You go there and you fumble.
I mean, and Julius, you will be surprised that this is an opportunity opportunity given to you in the house. Almost all of the senators were seated, wanting to listen to some of the comments because they were the same people who passed on the budget. So they asked the fire service boss as to whether did you receive the total money we put in the budget. He cannot respond to some of the concerns being raised by the senator. And at the end of the day, somebody said that you didn't make use of the chance, that the opportunity that you have to express yourself, so that probably that could be some of the redemption that the fire service authority will have in this shorter period of time. So they postpone the hearing to an undisclosed date.
Thanks so kindly, Nyanti. We'll leave you right there. I hope our guests who should be here are already here. Our House Bureau Chief now is saying she doesn't have a good voice. She has a cold, so we'll permit her to leave that. But we saw a video of Representative Koluba being forced out of session for whatever reason. That's the main reason I wanted to find out from her. Why? What did he do? What did he do for which? Liberian politics is funny. You will now imagine all the people that used to hail Representative Koluba on social media. I didn't hear him insulting today, though. I don't know if he insulted before the video that we saw. But all the people that used to hail him for all the things he did up Capitol Hill and everywhere. All of them vex. No, it's too much. Point us on social media. And I read these comments and I'm smiling. I hope they will teach him and others sense, so that when some of us speak, they will always. Well, I don't know. I cannot confirm what the reason is. Maybe the reporter will message me the reason he was put out. I don't want to second guess why he was put out. Okay. We want to be sure about that. Why was he put out? Was it in compliance with their rules and all of that? We do not know. But it is what it is. So again, you listen. We always talk about fire service. Fire service, oh, fire service, oh, fire service, oh, fire service, oh. We highlight fire service issue, oh, fire service issue, oh, fire service issue. Now they call the fire service men up Capitol Hill. And there are issues. The points that were put in the referendum that were defeated during the previous administration. Senator Albert Chie is putting them back on the floor to see how best the legislature can look at them, if it is something to put back into a referendum also. I don't know, maybe because Mr. Weah is not president anymore, if it is put to referendum, maybe people will agree now or not. But I don't know whether his Unasatu will say, okay, when we're there, we put him forward. I said no. So I said we disagree, vote against it. I don't know how that's going to play out. But we will see what works. Liberia is always a very interesting country. And I just laugh and smile when these things are happening. Because they repeatedly prove us right. Yeah. What? 777-700-995, 555-995, the numbers to call. Okay. Let's take some of your calls before our guests can come in. We have a big discussion ahead of us. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Julius, how are you?
I'm fine. You go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, this is Julius. I'm calling from East Georgia. The issue about Yaka Koluba, it's not that because people are hailing him for insulting the former president.
No,
the former president.
We don't know why they put him outside here.
Yeah.
So let lead the Yaketing here. I was just passing. Yeah. That's not a major talking point now. Because up to present, I don't know why he was. But when we know the reason, then we can analyze. So go to the main issues.
But that's why I wanted to talk about.
Okay, talk the thing. So your high can be, please. Talk so your high can be, please.
The government of the former president, the government of the CDC I remember one of those months seized Honorable Yeke Oliver's baby things, baby food.
Where?
Oh, that news is not ever secret. When the woman was traveling to Ravasi, and people started to feel sorry for them.
Oh, so and so before that time, he wasn't disruptive of up Capitol Hill. He wasn't causing.
He was busy. I mean, his kids were not being hurt.
No, Chief, hold on now, boss. Wait, now, Chief, I beg you, let's take it easy. Before that point, like talking about say his baby food was allegedly seized, I'm asking before that time, he wasn't insulting, he wasn't disruptive up Capitol Hill?
Of course he was.
At that time, and so before that time, people were not hailing him?
Some people are hailing him. But the point I'm making in July is the government did not wanted to hear Yeke Koliba's voice.
Oh,
so every time he raised anything,
and so it is this government are hearing his voice now.
But you see, Julia, it confused me here.
That question, you said the reason people were celebrating him and were enjoying because people were not hearing his voice. So I'm asking, what are people hearing his voice now?
Yeke Koliba does not know how to proceed.
No, I agree with all that one you talking. So I am saying the people who were hailing him yesterday, now they're hearing his voice, and so that's why they're not hearing him.
They're not hailing him because he's not proceeding well.
Oh, but he was proceeding well yesterday.
He was proceeding well, but because he was proceeding, his cases were never heard. They were dropping it in the floor.
No, let's leave that one. He was proceeding well yesterday, but this time he's not proceeding well.
No.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Triple 700 995 555 995 995. Welcome. Let's hear it.
Thank you, Julius. My name is Oliver N.
Oliver who?
Oliver N. Why you always asking me my last name?
No, the way you said it.
Julius.
Oh, Che. It's him because I almost sounded like Manina. I asked my man.
Yeah, but we are all Maryland and Grand Judah people, so it's no problem.
Oh, you are from Grand Judah. We're beating you. But go ahead.
It's not an issue. We are one people. Okay, Julia, I'll say thank you again. You know, yesterday, when I'm saying yesterday, I mean last administration. Some of these things, hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, some of these things that the senators or other people are trying to put back on the floor are the same things that were recommended yesterday to be talked on or for the Liberian people to have their say on it. But to even hear the president saying we'll do constitutional reform when these are the same thing that people voted against yesterday. Yes, because it was George Weah. George Weah said they reduce the term of the presidency from 6 to 5 or 4. He said no. So today, should people agree on to do it because it is your turn? They reduced the left take the election from the university to the draft city. So yesterday, people were not educated on them. So today, are people educated on them?
Okay.
You know, these are things that our country resources were spent, and then the result that we wanted were not yielded.
Thanks so kindly. So now, our reporter is telling me he was sent out after he refused to recognize Rachel Kuhn as speaker. The scuffle was later between him and his colleagues from the majority bloc who demanded that he refer to Kuhn as speaker. It was then ordered by them, including the deputy speaker, that he be pulled out of session, which he refused, but was later pulled out by the sergeant at arms. My people. Does Representative Koliba need to recognize Rachel Kuhn as speaker for Rachel Kuhn to be speaker? No, they title business and all that kind of thing. But if Rachel Kuhn is speaker, whether you can recognize you or you recognize you, it doesn't matter. There are people in Liberia that say Joseph Boakai president. It means that Joseph Boakai president, or it will mean that they will send police say that person who on our radio or who talking say Joseph Boakai is not president. Now Joe, we are to recognize as president, or that Ellen they recognize as president. Y'all go catch and put them out of the country. Does somebody need to recognize somebody as speaker for them to be speaker? Is the speakership in the recognition of a single lawmaker? No, people gotta get serious here, man. Yeah, you see, the man who calls it, you see that's why I said don't opinionate. Let's hear the reason first. They just giving themselves hard time. So when someone jump and say, I don't recognize Richard Kun as speaker. Boom. Then the person they put him out. So you gotta recognize, you gotta call the man speaker. Okay, 2 more calls will go to our guests. Welcome, let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius here. Yeah, I'm past through command, and I do join you for on the canopy of the good governance initiative.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the talking point. But mostly I want to touch on the issue there in local county. I think access to justice is the cornerstone of good governance. So hearing such a terrible news from local that the police lack logistical support. I think we be some of the people who are proponents of the rescue government. I think not a good sign for this government. So we want to call the security apparatus to talk to the government. Those are presiding over the financial of the country to see a prudent to provide some logistics for the police in our place, because the common people they too deserve access to justice.
Yo, the man said the police got one old car that they can push and carry up the hill. The car will be out there, they push it for the car to start. I'll be up the hill, they push it and be coming down. Boom, then stop.
It's not a good thing it's not a good thing. I think the police are
I want to see Grand Crew because look at big that I don't fire.
Yeah. It's not a good sign. It's never a good sign.
I want to see how Grand Crew car look.
So I hope the police see the need to come in quickly to provide logistics for the police detachment there in the background.
Thanks.
Today, but at the time stay, it doesn't change the fact that President Weah was still president. So for worker Cordova not to say Richard Kun is his speaker, and Tomo Father knows within his mind that he own a speaker is Richard Kun. What's the issue? What's the big deal? But Julius, the tension is mounting. It's just mounting up. The violence too much. Whatever they exhibited today was wrong. Why if Yaka Cordova had carried his own people, if he had bodyguard, whatever you can also carry on fist fight? Our people should learn how to be civil. Okay. Violence has no room and it doesn't do anything for us.
Thanks. So kindly we'll hold you there, Abu Bakar Bas. Since we couldn't get the real issues at the fire service from the boss as your reporter alleged, maybe you can call his immediate deputy, Mr. Emmanuel Fa, who is responsible for administration at the entity. Fire service should be listened to. But when they come on the show, they can explain how can they go in before they put on who's order to do that again to do. But anyway, it's okay. We go across the table. We have with us Joseph Kete. The Josephs are these biblical names are here. Joseph Ty Williams and Gabriel Tapper. So Joseph and Gabriel. They are here. They are from the Maryland Matters. The chairperson is Joseph Kete. You know, Ketein a gribble is the back of the head. When you get the long one, your hair behind head long. You know, the way pole at the front part when you get long for the pole is the front part. But Kete is the behind part. If you get long behind it. That's Kete. But I'm not saying that's what his name means, but I'm interpreting the gribble. Yeah, so Joseph Kete is the chairperson. He's here. Joseph, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can speak a little louder.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you.
We also have Joseph Ty Williams. Welcome.
Thank you, Julius, for having us.
How is life going?
Oh, so far so good. We are just serious for our team and expecting us to proceed to the final tomorrow.
Okay, and we also have Gabriel Tappe, chairman of the Maryland Sports Athletic Committee. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let us go to Joseph first. Maryland are into the semifinals against Southeastern neighbors or Southeastern relatives, Grand Jeddah. What is it? How did we get here and where are we going?
So, Julius, let me just say to the people of Maryland and across the globe that this team is a great team. And just to start by saying stars, Maryland County team is one of the only teams in this tournament that comes with 19 out of 25 players from Plebo and Harpert. So it's an additional team. and the performance of these guys from Bon Country against Bassa, against Bombay, against the Almighty.
You said what? It is a team that is what?
19 local players
wow.
from the county, including the goalkeeper who is now the premiers of the tournament, the most talked about. From the county out of the tournament.
How many players on each of the
25?
Okay, 25. So 19. So you just have 6 out.
6 out.
Wow, that's I see why the county gels toward the team like that.
Yeah, it will interest you to know that the 6 that is out, we have like 3-4 of them just third divisions play locals league. So we are not like Born, Nima, and whatsoever takes all the premium player from South Africa and other places. No.
But that's a very good thing for the county because the county can relate to the team. At least they know the players' names, they know their pairings and all those kinds of things. Sure. And talking about the goalkeeper Joseph Tai, how old is he? I've not really gone on the camp to see them and all of that. Perhaps I could do that, but
yes, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's about 16 or 17 because he's currently in high school.
Okay.
He was just involved in the inter-high school league, which I think JS Par won recently, and he was the goalkeeper in that tournament.
So I guess that is where they spotted him from.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Let us come to the MSAC. In terms of the welfare of these players or the training, how long have they been together, being predominantly a homegrown team?
They have been together since October, and we built the team from our own end, and we make sure that we recruited most of our players in order to have control over them. And we also did that to make sure that the impact of the county be felt.
Okay, so let's come back to Joseph in terms of mobilization, support, and all of that. What are you all doing?
So thank you. And thank you to Julius. You have been one of the persons who have been supporting the team. So the Maryland Method is more involved in supporting the players and providing some level of support to the steering committee, including the county's leadership for this county meet. So we have been supporting the county throughout from Bon County here, providing some motivational packages in funds and purchasing of jerseys, purchasing of boots and the food, taking care of the lodging place, the daily meals, full square meals, including transportations. I mean, many more in cash motivations, and we have other some package to give them after the success of our game against our little brother Grand Jidet on tomorrow.
Okay. What do you want Marylanders to do?
This is a good word. We want support.
What kind of support?
Full support, financial support. Right now we need money. Moral is good, but we need money. We need financial support. Via our mobile monies, we've been posting for over 2 weeks.
Shortly you announce the numbers. Let's come to MSAC. Why is it important, especially financial support, apart from going on the field? I'm seeing the fixtures. The game is 3 p.m. tomorrow. That means I will not start the show on tomorrow until after that game. Yeah,
okay. The essence of the mobilization is to raise fundings in order to support the county team. And we want to say a bravo to our people out there who have been giving all their support from the mobilization and the steering committee. They have been doing very well. We must appreciate them. And we still look up to them, our citizens and other peaceful or sport lovers to be able to give support to the county team.
Okay. You want to come in as well, Joseph?
Yes, so to buttress what he just said, the team needs money in order for us to...
There's a possibility, in fact, a high probability of going to the finals. So you are here for both semi-finals and finals. What is the tentative budget for those 2 games?
Per player, we are one of the least paying team in the tournament. So we are looking at about like 5,000 per game. So from now on to the finals, if we can raise about 10,000, we should be able to cover all expenses and provide some other motivational packages for the boys.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, Joseph, what are the numbers that people can send support to? I also want to open the lines and hear from Marylanders what kind of support, or people who want to support Maryland. Because I heard of people who want to support Maryland because of me or because of other people. There are people who also hate Maryland because of me, because I've been on the accountant's back. It's understandable.
Especially Gombasa.
So we have two official numbers. We have the MTM numbers and the orange. So this number is 0886 82 356. 0886 82 356.
Again?
So it's 0888, I mean. 0888 68 25
No, do
5356.
the numbers one. 08.
088 another 8
Yeah.
68
68
23
2356.
56.
What is the name there?
HUGCC. HUGCC.
How is it spelled?
HUGULE. CC is SAY. S is Y.
Okay.
So the orange number is 07 79 06 06 79.
Okay. Good. You want to call the orange number again?
07 79 06 06 79.
Okay. And the same name?
Yes, HUGCC.
Okay. 0777 700 995 555 995 995. The numbers to call. All of you Marylanders, those supporting Maryland, your support is needed. We have to, since they say Cocoa, they said at the time we won the tournament for Cocoa and Missy Town. Yeah, they said we now winning Korea. Yeah, so now
because they are there, so
yeah, but
we want to make a
they
difference.
said that Cocoa and Missy Town.
We want to make a difference.
They said that time. They said that who were presidents at top man.
Top man.
So that's the guy that said they're gonna find a way to favor top men so Maryland can win. So now we want to change that. 777 700 995 555 995. We need your support. We need the 1,000 USDs, the 500s, the hundreds, the whatsoever you can. Let's see who's coming from this line. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello.
Hello, Jay, how are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm Leo Dono calling from Chicago. Although I'm not from Maryland, my team job, I'm from Nina, but I'll be supporting Maryland in the next match. So we see what best to do it for the support.
Okay, so we will call the mobile money numbers again. I will share it on my page as well. So all of you,
I'll support Maryland because of you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Okay, we need your money. When you give, God will give back to you. Good measure, shaking together. So me will give into your bosom. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Julius, good afternoon. This is Garrison Dia. It's son of Nima. But before the kickoff, so very public, just to let you know, before the kickoff of this country, I supported Maryland because my madam is from Maryland, and I thought it's time for Maryland for like your studio guest said. In the last 10 edition, Maryland is the only country that have brought in over 90% of homegrown players. I think with the quality they have, they can reach the semi-final. She listening to the show, she will do her contribution, and trust me, I support Maryland up to the finals.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. We need your financial support. All of you calling the numbers you should send in your support. 777 700 995 555 995 995. Wherever you are across this town, your money is required. Welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Ben Israel. I'm calling from Fairmont. I want to say a big thank you to Maryland. And we are proud from the Maryland County, and we wish them all the best. This time is Maryland town. So, Julius, I will get a number from your page, and we'll do our contribution.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's see who's on this side. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm not calling as a Maryland. I'm from Grand Judah County. I just want to make my contribution.
What do you want to? You want to post all in our thing we're talking here?
This is LCK
Go ahead, Mr.
You said that they should have a budget for the semi-final and final. I think they should just have a budget for the semi-final because Maryland is not progressing to the final.
Okay. We'll see
tomorrow. Then you know when it is here.
We that help you out to even become counted. You people our feet are counted. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm Deputy Resident Swear and I hear from Maryland County.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Julius. And let me say thank you to you also for using all of the data words on your page. Normally I follow the page and enjoy some of the words you use. Although I didn't go out there, but I can understand some. Okay. And let me also say thank you to the team in studio that are doing extremely well. You have made it an easy to go game. Our whole hard work for the boss. And definitely it was victorious. So we must do and say I will manage to chip in with a little amount before tomorrow game can start. Thank you again for the opportunity. Is our mother and father still from, so we love Maryland so dear. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Julius, good afternoon. Good afternoon to the guest. Julius, my name is Julius. I'm in Monrovia. I'm not from Maryland, but I'm from the southeast, from Sinai. The fact that my county is not in the league, well, I stand with my southeastern brother. And so whatever way that we can contribute to make sure that this year county meet cup goes to the southeast, well, we are really prepared to do that, Julius. Because we must take the cup to the southeast this time around. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's see who's on this other side. 777-700-995, 555-995, the numbers to call. Welcome.
Yeah, hello. Come here.
You're fine, go ahead.
Yes, Maryland will carry the final.
Okay. Amen.
I born Maryland also. I pray for Maryland.
What is your name?
Now. My name is Benedict Sapla.
Who?
My name is Benedict Sapla. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Dr. Brooklyn says, hustling money for your contest team, that Bible again. Oh, yeah, Reverend. Well, Reverend, the way Barcelona in the team send some support to Maryland, is going to be good. Yeah, I know. All of you should support us, really, even including Grand Julius. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. My name is Thomas G. Born, and I call from Kingsville. I'm a Nigerian, and I wish I could support Maryland, but I'm not sure Maryland is up to the task.
That one, not your business.
It would be better if we can just, give way for Grand Julius to go to the final so that the court can go to the southeast.
See you. Thanks so kindly. So I have posted the numbers on my page. The MTN number is 088882356. The orange number is 0779060679. The person sending you to the name is HUGULESAYSAY. The numbers. Let's see who's on this side. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Good afternoon. Calling from division number 10. Yeah, man. For me, I'm much employed the Maryland from Maryland. My mother from Lower Maryland. My father from Central Maryland. Born in Maryland. My mother will be there. That much. No,
that one not issue. They say do they say call your code according to a measurement. How much you sending?
Money. What is that? You coming from Maryland?
What?
Who gets you here? Who send the money to? What is that to do?
No, I'm not getting you. Your line is that kind of way. Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's see who's right here. Welcome. Let's hear you. This will be the final one.
How are you, sir? This is Abenigo Newton. I'm calling from Congo Town.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a typical Marylander. Specifically, I hear from Town Country Town.
Oh, Giratabo, that's right between Pliwo and Harper, right down there to go to the border.
Yeah, the host of Kavala Rob Operation.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I just remember.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad today to hear that at least Maryland is making a move. What somehow we are praying for is for Accra to be transported to Maryland County. I'm also happy that you another mobile number. So we make our contribution whatever we do.
Okay.
Because the Bible said that what happened to the riot, the still know about it. So what I will be donating, only the mobile user will know about it.
Yeah, but sometimes in this case, it is good for both hands to know. But anyway, thanks so kindly. Okay, so if you're out there, your support is always needed. Let's start with Joseph and end up with the chairman.
Julius, we want to say thank you once more for having us, and we also like to say thanks to the many Marylanders and well-wishers that have supported us throughout this process. The process has not ended. We look forward to more contributions because the team actually needs it. And we can guarantee you that we work with the team to secure the trophy for the county. Okay. As you all know, Grand Gita is a feeder county to Maryland. They are our babies. We breastfeed them, so they will help us to achieve our goal this year. Thank you for having us.
Okay, we go to...
Okay, thank you so much. Let me also say to every Marylanders, we want you to give us support to the team and give us support on the field. And we can promise our people that the trophy will be taken to Maryland County this time around.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Granger is no match to Maryland. I mean, we have claimed tough mountains like Bassa, like Bonn, and the rest of the folks, like bombing. And I can tell you for free that I told you a few days ago, bombing left the league very early, but it has one of the best teams, and we had to take them off. So, Maryland is going to win. We need support financially. We need support morally. We need people from the rest of the Maryland quarters in Moxerado to put them to the field, watch the game, motivate the folks to win, because we are going for a win. This is no joke. And it's established that Maryland is going to be successful from all styles, from all records. We have the best players against Grand Gillette tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's take a quick break. Our next guest will be in shortly. We'll continue to announce the number. It's already on my page. Make use of that. In case you want to let me know if you send in your support, you can do that as well. But this is where we go.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Internet service, fast reliable service for your home and your office. Unlimited service with the best coverage. You got to choose your life.
Attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it. And soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Our guests are here. 2 will be online. But let them say in the middle. Let them sound wishing. A big conversation is ahead. We've been able to select a panel that has never met, a new set of panelists. We hope we can get them regularly. You know, we've been used to a certain group of people. I'm trying to change that. Bring in different panels for different reasons. A big discussion is ahead. I will have 2 online, one from the US, one from the UK. Our technical producer will bring them on screen shortly. Malcolm Scott, a one-time journalist, PR professional. Breathe by a Liberian as well, William Smith, B. Will Smith, based in the US. Yeah, we have 2 minutes to talk about, so we'll bring that down. But this is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. We have with us George Lobo. George Lobo is a strong supporter of the cities of the UP. Sorry, he was going to kill me. Okay. Please can't do your thing. Good. Now, so we have George Lobo here, a strong supporter of the UP. Josh, welcome to the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5.
Oh, Julius, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back here today. Good to be here once again on this great day.
Good.
Thank you.
We also have with us Assistant Minister of Labor for, the Assistant Labor Ministers are many. So sometimes to remember the title of each is a little troublesome. But Emmanuel Barnes is one of the Assistant Ministers. He will better say his portfolio, but welcome.
Thank you, Julius. It's a pleasure being in your studio this afternoon. I am the Assistant Minister for Planning and Manpower Development.
Okay, Planning and Manpower Development. Thanks so kindly for accepting our invite to be here. We also have with us Delph Francis, formerly worked, is it at the Ministry of Finance or with a project at the Ministry of Finance?
With the Ministry of Finance and also a project at the Ministry of Finance.
Okay, it is good having you here as well. We have with us Malcolm Scott. Malcolm Scott used to be a journalist, a PR man. I don't know what he does these days. But Malcolm, welcome to the OK Conversation. Thanks for being part of our panel.
Thank you, Julius. I'm humbled, and it's a pleasant, pleasurable thing to be on this panel with some of Liberia's greatest minds, except that a few of the other guys on the extreme. But it's good to be a part of this team, and we hope to have.
What you say on the extreme, or what you mean?
Well, those are the intending rescue missionaries who come to defend,
Yeah, but that is our role. You want to? It is our role. But thanks so kindly.
Let's see what they do.
We hope to. We hope to have a very civilized conversation as well. I saw Wanto earlier. I don't know whether he's returned to his chair. Wanto, are you there?
I mean, I think the video is back there, so that's why I'm still sitting here.
Okay.
It's always a privilege, Pierre,
I think you fix your camera. We're not seeing chair. We're seeing you.
Let me join again.
No. Be there. Just be there, but you can shift your just shift your camera so that we can see.
No, I think the camera backdated. I stayed in the same position. I think it's like when I get here.
Okay, we hope to get it right. But thanks so kindly for joining us as well. Well, we will give each of you 2 minutes to give an overall impression of the SONA, the State of the Nation Address. We'll come to the particular issues that we want to raise. So we will start off with Malcolm Scott. But hold on, let me go to my stopwatch to ensure that nobody is going above the time. Where do I have clock? Okay. So, Malcolm, I'll give you 2 minutes to give us a general overview of the President's State of the Nation address.
Thank you, Julius. I'm a respecter of time. So, within the 2 minutes given me, let me firstly say that this SONA delivered by the President is not just about the address. I'd like to weigh in on my analysis from the organization, the protocol, the setting up, the arrangements, the invitees and the attendees who converged or contributed at that, Capitol Hill venue for the purpose of the president's message. So, from the organization perspective, I personally think that entire event was disorganized to the extent that you had the senators, struggling and probably wrestling for seats. So the organization, perspective of the entire city enrichment was poor. So in terms of the procedures, legislative, or you may call the parliamentary arrangements, the proceeding and presiding authority of the speaker, the illegal speaker, was poor. A speaker who, quote unquote, was involved in the effective festival for authority, who still a lot of his time at the legislature to have read from flying papers, reduced him to a key to parliamentarian and legislator. I mean, it might be harsh, but that's the reality. You know that Reggie Kuhn spent a whole while in the Capitol building, to have assumed the gavel to preside and read from a flying sheet was a manners on his part. And also, strictly to the delivery of the presidency, the president is the oldest in all of the presidents of the Republic of Liberia, having served 40 years in government, 12 years under Manasseh Salif. He accompanied President Salif at that very, event and watched Her Excellency deliver, eloquent, very, perfect speech without learning and copying from the president in a very cool way of point in which he delivered jittering, struggling to pronounce words, and to the point where his secretaries will have to have the drink water was also a disgrace for his part. We'll go into the meat of all of the floodgates of lies. He opened the deceit and the misinformation he provided to the public.
Your time is out. Thanks. So can we come to George Lobo? Overall impression of the SONA. You're not responding to anybody yet. You're giving your overall impression of the SONA. Mm-hmm.
So, Julius, thank you. First and foremost, I think overall I felt extremely proud of the work that was done by the rescue government, the deliberation by the president, the entire message, I think, one that provides hope, that was inspiring, that was encouraging, especially for thousands and thousands of Liberians who walk in the waters, the dirty water of September 17, went to the pools in October to get this president elected. The SONA itself, the report that was given yesterday by the president on the state of the economy based on the changes we've made, the transformation, the vision that he outlined basically as to his government, the accomplishment, the different sectors he touched, data from the economy, the mining sector. It offers hope in terms of job creation. I mean, it was ambitious as well with regards to some of the programs, especially when I look at the agriculture sector. I mean, I could not have been proud to by the job being done so far in 12 months of our regime. And look, Julius, I would say this to you. One thing he did for which I appreciated him more for was that he did not say that we've built Yokohama. We acknowledge the challenges that still lies ahead of us. But what we've said, and the Liberian people will judge us when the time comes, is that we'll make Liberia better than we inherited. And I think based on the trajectory, based on what was reported yesterday, it is indeed clear that we now have a government that has an understanding as to what's needed to be done, and the president is focused on doing that. I look forward to follow, keep the rest of my time.
Okay, thanks so kindly. We come to Dell. Your overall impression.
Thank you, Julius. I mean, besides the SONA being illegally organized, giving the fact there's a constitutional problem, but the SONA said if you take it at face value, assuming it was unconstitutionally organized, the president SONA was filled with a lot of deception, lies, and actually fell short of the benefit and reporting requirement guaranteed under Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution, which many Liberians truly anticipated. So the president created this impression that his government has done so much when in fact a lot wasn't done, or not much was done. Most of what he praised and said about were things he already met in force, and he tried to report on them as far as some of the things that happened in 2021 with the climate, the sea protecting the shore with nuclear and all the coastal defense rather, And most importantly, from an accounting and economic standpoint, the president gave the state of the economy in a very, deceptive way, and which will come to the details. And then in terms of reporting on the expenditure and income of government, the president shamefully, embarrassingly, reported one line for revenue and reported one line for expenditure. And there was no detail as to the composition of all those numbers, thereby breaking the argument of what happened to 72 million out of if you end revenue at 734 and end expenditure at 661, so you have 71 million out of balance. What did you do with it? We don't see it in the budget. The budget is a taboo. It hasn't been published on the Ministry of Finance website, even though the budget is illegal. But it hasn't been published for people to compare all the numbers the president was making reference to. So for me, I think it was just propaganda, deception, the same kind of thing UP did to come to power. Those were the same shenanigans the president was just portraying because he's the chief architect of the UP lies.
Your time is up. We go to Wanto. Wanto, your impression in 2 minutes.
Great. Thank you, Julius. I've never heard something so profoundly deceptive, the State of the Nation address. In fact, we'll go deeper into what we mean by profound deception. We all know the current reality of Liberia. Let's talk about the economy. The president said the economy, he inherited a terrible image from CDC. In 2018, CDC inherited an economy at the brink of collapse. We increased domestic revenue from 640 million in the United Party 460 million. We stabilized inflation, reducing it to a single unit. Harmonize today, they are working with the IMF currently on. We instituted the most impressive harmonization ever seen in West Africa. We boosted our international net revenue to 240 million. But the president said he inherited an economy on the brink of collapse. Very terrible. The other thing is the president said that he left 10,000 young people trained as cybersecurity experts.
Well, we're not going
That's
into the
biggest-
details. We just want a general overview. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. For me, Julius, I let it waste time on that type of thing. We're going deep into it, but this is the worst I've ever seen. The reality of Liberia. We expected the president to be sympathetic and honest to the situation that we have in our country. The entire State of the Nation address did not speak to the reality of the fate of the United Party. And I can't wait for to be able to go through the failures and do a comparative analysis. This is worse and it must change.
Okay. Thanks. So currently we come to Emmanuel Barnes. Welcome.
Thank you. Julius, the deliberation of the president at the State of the Nation's address was one of the best in recent history. The reason why people will get disappointed is because they didn't see cheering squad with people in blue and red berets. The reason why people were disappointed because His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Juma Boakar Sr. wasn't reading like a toddler. The reason why they will get disappointed is because they didn't see those of us who are government ministers cheering to cover up the inability of the president to pronounce certain words correctly. We were focused on listening to the president delivering an eloquent speech, touching all of the bases of the economy and setting to the legislature what his legislative agenda will be and what his accomplishments over the passing have been. So that speech yesterday for 1 hour 23 minutes by an 80-year-old president who read without glasses was eloquently presented. It touched all of the bases of the economy, and we, as those he has designated to help him along the path of serving the people, we are proud of the president, and we can only be re-inspired to do more in delivering to the Liberian people for which we were voted in 2023 during the elections.
Okay, good. I will start this one with you, Emmanuel Barnes. But first of all, I need to put it out there that because I do not want harsh rhetoric flying here and there. Let us be careful with certain words and certain descriptions I use, because I will not want people referring to the president certain ways. Similarly, I will not want opposition leaders and panelists referred to in a certain way. So all of us are just going to pass that around. Now, this is just for 1 minute each. The absence of the judiciary, the heads of the judiciary from the SONA, and the absence of the two immediate past former presidents, should it be an issue of concern? Is that an issue? Just in 1 minute, Emmanuel Barnes.
It should not be. Article 58 is clearly a legislative function. If the president would have gone to the capital to deliver his State of the Nation's address, and there is no quorum by both houses for say a constitutional duty to be performed, then it becomes an issue. In 2009, the entire judiciary did not attend the State of the Nation's address of Madame Saliv. It was delivered. The very same judiciary took onto their benefits and salary. So the judiciary being absent or the former president being absent, that is a legislative function and not a function of the judiciary or function welcoming past leaders. So these are just mere formalities for the sake of governance and correlation.
Okay. Malcolm Scott, you were, I think you covered the legislature also, or you should have a knowledge of all of that. Should the government be concerned that one of the branches was conspicuously absent, also the two immediate past former leaders?
You're absolutely right, Jerry. Julius, as a matter of fact, I was Secretary General for the reporters covering the Cabinet building many years back. And it is procedural that by constitution, it's sad that, my colleague will say, firstly, there was no cheering squad over there. If you look somewhere just adjacent what the president was delivering his State of the Nation address, there were cabinet ministers who were, happy the president for speaking to something they didn't understand. So back to the thing about whether the absence of the judiciary, was harmful. I think yes, it was a slap in the faces of the legislature and the executive. because you have allowed the absence of the judiciary, which is the one of the branches of the government, raises concern. In fact, it legitimizes the fact that the ruling by the Supreme Court puts pressure and makes or made the legislature to be a laughing stock and to have enacted to electing the speaker that was illegal. So the absence of the chief justice and associate justices was a severe, serious bloody nose to the entire SONA, because when you notice on the podium, the seats that are, reserved for the judiciary were completely empty. And I saw people writing ultra viral in that. So I don't know how the guys are analyzing the presence or absence of the judiciary.
What do you say to that? Yeah, let's just hold you there. Let's hold you there. We'll go to one to. I just wanted to know if it is.
Thank you. So, Julius, for anyone to say that it's normal for the entire judiciary branch to be out of a major state of the nation address is very unfortunate, because first of all, the president expected the justices and the chief justice to be them. That's why they created chairs for them. But this is not a reality. Reality is there have been a profound level of lawlessness from President Barker that justify the absence of the chief justice and the rest of the justices. Let's look at the issue in the House. We saw one of the biggest constitutional violations. Up to this day, we don't understand the ruling from the Supreme Court. President Barker, who being a man that does not respect our Constitution, went forth and allowed his executive appointee to interpret the Supreme Court constitutional ruling. Today, we have an illegitimate speaker. We have an illegitimate decision on our budget. Up to this date, we still don't have, complete honest of how the budget to a lot more done.
Good.
The last aspect, Judah, let me just learn on this last aspect.
Yes, 5 seconds.
Please, 10 seconds. Okay, no problem. The last aspect here is this is a pattern from President Barker, because this is not a situation. The central bank is an example. The 10-year law have been completely manipulated by President Barker. In fact, up to this date, we have people who don't even follow the rule of law in different avenues of our people.
Okay, good.
Biggest violator of the rule of law.
Good. We come to George Lobo. Should we be concerned? It should concern you that the president is speaking and the whole judiciary is
absolutely not.
If there's a happen in previous government, you have been pounding on that.
Absolutely not, Julius. The very first thing, I think the conversation, the way in which it's been driven is clear. I think we've seen a statement as to why the Chief Justice was not in country. She had a plane trip. And I think when we speak to these issues, let's provide all the facts and so that people
where the other people too.
Let me finish, Chief. You 1 minute into,
no, I got it right to asking you, but I got to ask.
Wait.
Go ahead.
So let me finish. So it is important that we tell the public that the Chief Justice had a plane trip. She joined other chief justices around Africa in Cairo, so she was not in the country. However, it's immaterial to some of us at this particular point in time. Like my colleague said, it's a legislative function. What we were concerned about, and Julius, let me tell you, in this 21st century, once the joint legislature met quorum, if they decided that President Barker should have addressed them from his living room via television, he could have done it. So what would you have said? It could have happened. What is important, I will say this to all of our people. Look, whether they were there or not there, the president show up. People who saying he does not respect the Constitution, I think yesterday was a demonstration that indeed President Barker respect the Constitution. He abide by what Article 58 requires him to do, and he showed up yesterday and performed his duties. So I'll just say this in conclusion on this.
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds. Look, Julius, the content of this SONA is more important because that impacts Liberians' life. Who shows up there or not there does not matter. The president was there was a quorum, he delivered the SONA. That's the most important thing.
It is very shameful when people who actually should be respecting the law and educating the people about the law are the same people giving flimsy justification on why things are shamefully happening in the country. There are 3 separate branches of government, but they all work in a coordinated way. It is in the spirit of coordination and cooperation that most time when there are big programs, the executive attend the opening of court through the president. the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices, they attend the SONA, and then the legislature, sometimes they attend some of the function of the executive and the executive function of the legislature. So for the entire Supreme Court bench to not attend, and somebody is saying that we should sing Kumaya to Unity Party, that nothing happened, we shouldn't be bothered about it. I think it's a sad time for the country, and it's just a testimony to how people have no remorse in the country, from even President Bouaga to all of his lieutenants, about respecting the laws of the country, and the judiciary cannot enforce the law.
No, but we cannot outrightly say why they were absent. We don't know whether it is because of the issues of Capitol Hill, or maybe something else making them angry, or maybe they were just not there.
No, Julius. The first thing you know, over time, the judiciary have been very involved in the legislative crisis. They gave opinion. Their opinion was interpreted by a mere Minister of Justice, and the government, the executive, decide to go by the opinion of the Minister of Justice. You think if I am Chief Justice, that gave lesson to the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Justice will interpret my opinion?
But they themselves gave a convoluted
beyond that
opinion.
So then they didn't get. But if the president had concern with the opinion, he will raise concern. He didn't raise it. He decided to go for a subordinate to the court to interpret their opinion. You think it will feel good? Text. Of course not.
Good. We will move on. We may not be able to touch everything the president said because of time. We already after 5 o'clock, but we will touch on very key things I find important. One, agriculture is the A in the arrest agenda. This is what the president had to say about that. Let's take a bit of what the president said on yesterday.
Liberia has immense potential for large-scale agriculture that will create jobs, feed our people, and strengthen our economy. However, this vital sector has not received the attention it deserves. Over the past year, we have taken significant steps to advance agriculture and enhance self-sufficiency. To help reduce our reliance on rice import, we cultivate over 4,000 hectares of rice. This year, we aim to double our efforts by cultivating additional 6,000 hectares. We are constructing 5 mechanization centers in Bong, Lofa, Margibi, Montserrat, and Nimba counties to enable farmers to access essential machinery for improved production. Progress in other ways in mechanizing cassava cultivation, aim at both consumption and starch production. We have directed substantial support towards cocoa and oil palm production, resulting in 10,000 hectares of cocoa cultivation and investment in palm oil agro-business. We are also in the process of establishing a palm vegetable oil refining to meet man's commercial production. My administration has increased agriculture budget by over 200% compared to the previous year.
Quite profound, and the picture painted by the president is quite impressive. That we seem to be on the path to agricultural revolution. Dale, what says that? Each of you have 2 minutes to look at that. Yeah, hold on. Let me put you on. Yep. Okay.
I mean, it still comes with the deception that the president want to accrue to his administration things in agriculture that have been happening, that already happened, that yield the result that he quoted. Because if you talk about harvesting, a certain acre or hectare of rice, that double or did whatever it did, that investment wasn't investment that the Bouaga government provided. Even if they provided the investment, it takes time for the agricultural product the investment to go on, the farming to be carried out, and then the harvest to happen. So these are activities that happen or that were happening in the past based on enrichment that the previous government
But
did.
government is supposed to be continuity. So
Agree. So if you create a fake impression that in 12 months or in 9 months you did all of this, then that impression is to tell the Liberian people that you can, without time being the limit, you can do a lot of things, which in your own mind, you know you cannot do, because as president, you have to be very truthful to the people. Because everybody, whether we in the opposition, those in the ruling party, they all listen to the president for guardians. So if the president is speaking very deceptive, being very deceptive in his speech, especially at a major occasion, not just he moving around and talking.
But what is the? I've not seen the deception yet. Are there not advances being made in rice production, in cassava production?
No advances that were made. It based on programs that were initiated, implemented, but could not be completed by the previous government.
So you wanted him to spell that out?
No, of course he needed to say. He needed to say the history. What was rice production before he took over, and what is the rice production now? Then we will know which one he actually contributed to.
Thanks for We go to Emmanuel Barnes on agriculture. You listen to the president. Hold on, let me put your mic on. Mm-hmm.
You know, when people can't go hunting for falsehood without numbers, then they tend to be dangling in justifying their positions.
What are the numbers?
What? There were clear numbers. Mm-hmm. The president said the budget of agriculture was increased by 200%. Where is the lie? We hosted a national agriculture fair in Kakata for the very first time in the history of the country. After an agriculture fair, all of the residual products from those local producers and farmers were purchased by the Ministry of Agriculture, and 100% payments were made to all of these farmers for the very first time in the history of Liberia. Where is the lie? 4,000 hectares of farmland producing rice, and as stated by the president, were harvested. Where is the lie?
What was the
the guys don't understand what
but can you also acknowledge that in 2023 there was this World Bank report about improvement in rice cultivation?
So Julius, my responsibility as an official of government is to state what we have done. The reason why they say government is continuity is not because it is just to be written on paper. These who have been the same people. He read in propaganda that the Bwaka administration came and they are downplaying everything. For instance, that means sidetrack from agriculture.
No, be there. We mean that.
So even
you shouldn't sidetrack.
Yeah. So back to agriculture. Like I was saying, if the president would not have propelled an agenda on the path of the real true essence of governance being continuity and treading upon those right ones that the CDC government initiated to prepare to a higher height, they would not have been saying it.
Okay.
They increased the budget over 200%.
Thanks. So kindly we go to Wanto. Wanto, I want to hear your take on agriculture. You have 2 minutes. Start now.
Just thank you so much for getting me after hearing the last. Let's first do a full rebuttal quick. So in 2022, I will send a report to you. The assistant minister said this is the first time Liberia had an agriculture fair, and it's completed this.
No. I don't think that is why he said that. No. Let me just. I know. Hold on. I know what he said. I know what he said. I myself would have asked that question if he had stopped it there. He said the first time after an agriculture fair that all of the products were purchased. Well, full payment were made. All the products were purchased and that is why he said. So if you want to dispute,
that's a pure lie.
Okay.
That's deceptive.
Now you can go ahead.
Implementing both information deceptive. So I will send a report to you, Julius. In 2022, there was an agricultural fair here in Kakata, Magibi. December 15, 2021. Also, there was another agricultural fair here as well. All of the products were also bought on the president way. But this is not the only deception. Let's look at the current report in the State of the Nation address by President Bwaka. What is interesting is that this government have not allocated any single international funding for agriculture in Liberia. The project that he's speaking of is under the World Bank, and I will send a report to you. That very project commenced under President Weah. In fact, there's a World Bank report called the Retrap have estimated 900,000 farmers and users on road transportation
But
service
I want to, a
benefited
government is continuity.
mainly from this project. No, we're not talking about continuity yet. The Unity Party assume that they are doing, and in fact, there's no continuity yet. The Unity Party have had no innovation for agriculture. So we'll provide the facts and evidence on the basis of what the CDC have achieved on agriculture. Let's look at the budget they're talking about. Compare the budget that they are speaking about, that he claimed that there was 200% increase. A political party that made agriculture the major part, the front page of their policy statement, has minimal investment in agriculture this year. This is worrisome.
What is the figure?
World Bank report you spoke about. In 2023, the World Bank provided an adequate report on the agricultural sector. And these reports are out there. We provide. He said his role is to speak on what government has done. Our role is to speak directly on what the CDC achieving.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let me go to Malcolm
You didn't
Scott.
allow me to provide a World Bank.
No, your time is out. That's why. Let me go to Malcolm. Your 2 minutes start now. Agriculture. Are we on a right footing for agricultural revolution? A quite an impressive picture painted by the president.
Absolutely not, Julius. Allow me to proceed for 2 minutes because of the limitation.
No, but I will also be asking
the
questions.
first thing. So I'm paused now, so you ask the question.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. I didn't say I'm asking now.
Good. The amount mentioned by the president is a gross violation and abuse of the budget law of Liberia. The budget law of the state provides that 10% of the country's annual budget should be allocated to agriculture. The amount announced by the president is far below the 10% consistent with the budget law. I hear people clapping about 200% increment in the budget. Compare the fast list this program. It is required by the laws of the state. Every budget, in terms of the appropriation, 10% of that envelope should be appropriated to agriculture. Has it realized that the impact is far below the 10% by the budget law? That is just far beside the point. That amount he announced in increment for which the guys are hopeful. It's cosmetic. It's like you have a beautiful girl who got putty on her face, and in reality she's ugly. Because the amount thought about is just appropriation. When you go to the execution implementation of that, possible that at the end of the fiscal year, that 200 increment will be actualized for the execution of agricultural programs in the country. Those are our initial points.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm listening to what the guys have to say.
Okay.
Or call the people at initial information, or call the finance ministry people, let them dispute all the bunker considering the percentage of what the agriculture sector should receive.
Okay.
Talk about 20% increment.
Thanks.
It's gospel.
Thanks so kindly, Malcolm. Let's come to. No, we get. He's the one I'm coming back to now.
Let me add that.
Don't add. No, hold on. No, we'll come back to you. No, gentlemen, please, we beg. No, please. No, gentlemen, please. Emmanuel Barnes there, please, let us go to George Lobo now. It's George Lobo time to talk. Your 2 minutes start now.
Julius, honestly speaking, the Liberians that are out there expect a lot from us. And it's clear that my friends on the other side don't have nothing to say. So what I would do, I would spend my time providing some basic facts and some education here. And while I sit here, I would not allow anyone to just refer to any government minister as a mayor. The Minister of Justice is no joke, as per our law. That's disrespectful. I will not condone that. But let me just say this. Let me just finish.
No, hold on. Yeah,
let's start speaking and be quiet.
No, gentlemen, please. No, Josh. No, Josh. Please, gentlemen. Gentlemen, please. No, gentlemen, please. Hold on. No. It's okay. Gentlemen, let me take a quick break. Let me take a quick break. Okay, folks. Yeah, sometimes it gets heated, but they have. Hold on, no, I'm putting you on here. I can't start with you now. I beg you, take it easy. Don't be too hard. Take it easy. We all are Liberians. Let's have a civil conversation. I'm begging you, gentlemen. George, over your 2 minutes.
So again, I will say this: all government ministers must be respected. People don't respect government officials, I will. And the Minister of Justice is not some mere ministers. So let's just be very clear. As per the Executive Law 22.2, it is the duty of the Minister of Justice to furnish opinions.
No,
no. Let me
you are
no, because I can't leave it undone because someone said a mere Minister of Justice ran an opinion. So he was doing his job. That's what he did, and that is his responsibility to interpret and offer opinions on legal matters to the executive. So what he did was within his scope of
leave it, Malcolm. Let me go ahead.
So he's not some mere Minister of Justice. Now let's come to agriculture, Julius. The 4,000 hectares the president spoke about was rice cultivation, right? CDC were in power for 6 years. If they cultivated rice don't take 12 months to grow. It was simple. President Weah would have reported that my government has begun the cultivation of 2 hectares of rice, 1 hectare, so and forth. But the fact of the matter, you can tell when the rice was planted and when it's been harvested. It's clear out there. Look, I understand my friend's strategy here. There's nothing here to argue about because the content of the speech, from what I'm hearing here, there's no there. So while it's true people will come out here to seek these little attentions here and there, we don't want to distract. I think the Liberian people can judge for themselves. 900 hectares in Bon Mines, some 2,000 plus in Lofa County. The president spoke about the 4 counties where mechanization centers are being constructed in Bon, Lofa, Niba, Mosorado, Magibi. Look, Julius, it is true. We promised the Liberian people that for us, self-sufficiency, food security is important. Agriculture is an intricate part of their arrest agenda, and that is why what we see is
thanks
that
so
we take
kindly. Thanks so kindly. We move on to the next gentleman, and it will be 2 minutes each as well. Civil service reform. Civil service reform was also a major thing that the Unity Party spoke about. So let's hear a bit of what the president had to say about civil service reform.
In 2024, public service underwent significant reforms, focused on increasing accountability and efficiency. The employees' state-of regulation project improved payroll integrity and saved over $8 million. We also introduced national policy guidelines for recruiting independent consultants, reducing their numbers from nearly 1,000 to 94 and cutting costs from 6.1 million to 1.4 million, saving an additional 4.7 million. These initiatives further transparency and enhance public service efficiency. We conducted a workforce analysis that revealed the skilled gap on the aging workforce with 31% underrepresentation of women, guiding targets initiated for a more diverse and capable workforce.
Okay, George Lobo, you will begin on this one. Your 2 minutes start now.
It start already. So, Julius, I think the president was clear about that. I think you've hosted Josiah Joker. You've heard that. But I think what's important is the fact that we've been able, as a result of these reforms, to save $8 million. On the issue of consultancy, the president said it cut down the cost from 6 million to 1.5 million. Look, in the issue of reform, when it comes to the civil service, we're clear about that. We met people whose salaries were harmonized. People were struggling in this town. Our government has moved, Julius, as of this January 2025. Civil servants are seeing increments in the salary, anywhere ranging from $40 to $50. Some places 200 plus, depending on the skill set. And those things will impact the people in the healthcare sector, the educational sector, and the security sector. We know there's a lot that needs to be done. Look, Julius, cleaning up payrolls. We've seen so many supplementary payrolls across. This is why the civil servant reform instituted by the CSA boss has yielded a significant amount of results. So on that, the president is he's right about it. There's nothing there to argue about. So people harmonize people's salaries in this town. At least the Unity Party is now beginning to de-harmonize salary, and the results are out there. There's nothing there to argue about. Okay. It speaks to consumers' confidence, because that means we're putting more money back into our people's pocket, which could help boost the economy.
Del, I think you are well placed to speak to this as well. Your 2 minutes start. Hold on, your 2 minutes start.
So, the first thing, the saving of 8 million from civil service reform is just flat in the Liberian Palace. It's fake. The statistics from the Ministry of Finance in the budget and from the Minister of Finance Authorization says that there are any compensation at 309 million. If compensation was budgeted at 299 million for 2024, if they save 8 million, it means their compensation figure should be at least, in worst case, it should be 291 million. How does the compensation pass the 299 million that was approved and go all the way to 309 as expressed by the Minister of Finance when he appeared to defend the budget and the rest of it? Secondly, all of the numbers the president quoted in the budget, in the address for the budget, those numbers are difficult to verify because the budget hasn't been published. So the details, the devil is in the details of the analysis. We don't just come and take one single number, one single percentage read by the president without giving our own independent assessment based on the full and detailed report that required by law that the Ministry of Finance has to publish. So for us to have a very useful conversation on the accuracy of the budget numbers that the president presented, let the Ministry of Finance do justice by publishing the budget. Let people go there and independently look at what was budgeted, what was expended, so we know whether what the president is saying, what the literature they gave the president, whether those literature are correct literature or they are just massaging the numbers so that the president's presentation was to look right in the eyes of the Liberian people, which is also part of the deception that I'm talking about.
Okay, we go to Malcolm. Malcolm.
So Julius, I heard somebody talk about consumer confidence. Look, besides being a communication expert in media relations for mainstream, I taught economics for 6 years. For a consumer to have confidence and have the power to procure to satisfy his consume, we required a good economy that is void of the elements of stagflation. I believe is suffering from a severe and worst part of inflation around the world. And Local talked about consumers' confidence and talked about civil service reform as a basis for civil service reform. There are basic elements of civil service reform. One of those are merit-based recruitment and promotion. The other is capacity building and training, performance management, transparency and accountability. The very guy who talk about consumers' confidence here is double dipping. He's one of the persons who is on double payroll in the government.
Who?
He's a consultant at the Ministry of Information and is a consultant at the National Code Authority. Those are the guys who are.
But what is it? What is the evidence? What is the evidence?
Yes. So it's an open challenge to Global and all the people listening. We need to debunk the fact that he's not a consultant at the Ministry of Information, a consultant at the MPA. These are real facts, and the onus is on him now to.
Yeah, sure. Once you get through, before I go to one to you have to respond to that. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm figuring out is that the open allows this kind of individual who doesn't have the ability to be concerned administration information at the same time at national authority is better.
Okay, thanks. Before you write that, do you want to respond to that, Lobo?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me give you one minute to do that.
Let me be very clear.
Are you consulting with both institutions?
So Julius, I will answer the question. Mm-hmm. So you see, it's very simple. And this is why seditions, it was good that Liberian people got rid of the CDC. Reading, like Madam Sally said, people don't read. It's quite.
Well, I'm not sure. I will want you to respond to say a group of people. Let's focus on the question rather than trying to bring a whole group of people.
Because I'm speaking for myself.
No. But I will not allow you bring a whole group of people.
Okay, so let me say this, Julius. The reason why I say this, okay.
No, leave it there.
Because when you say no, but when he spoke, he said the CDC. We did in the CDC. So that's why.
No, but he made a direct allegation against you. So I'm giving you the opportunity to respond.
So let me just respond quick.
Allegation.
So here's what I would say. As far as I'm concerned, the CSA did put out a press release, and I will ask that people read it.
What does it say?
I said people should just read it. The CSA put out a statement about it.
What did they say?
It's no consultant nowhere. So this statement, I'm not even going to waste my time.
Let
me finish now.
Okay.
Speak to the merit
and so that means what? And so what? Hold on, Malcolm. Hold on, Malcolm. So Lobo is saying that he is not. No. Leave it. That Lobo are on it now. Now, so it is a simple fact now that Lobo is saying he is not a consultant at Ministry of Information, and he is not a consultant
the
at
CSA the CSA put up the press release on that matter.
Okay,
so
thanks.
I'll lay there.
Okay, thanks. So we go to Wanto. Agriculture.
Great, Julius. Again, let's exhibit reform. Sorry. I think what Lobo said is very unfortunate because in realistically, all of the panelists here representing CDC, Lobo don't have the education.
No. Let's just leave that one. I have already dealt with that. Leave it. Yeah.
Great. So let's go back to the critical issue I want to respond to. You know, when we talk about Silver 7, harmonization has been one of the critical, policies stated in the party. But in truth, the current World Bank facility from the IMF presented a clear picture that harmonization must be what United Party should aspire for. In fact, the IMF provided a credit facility that completely went beyond the harmonization that CDC have. So again, these guys are not reading the policy statement, or they're not following on some of the major, endorsement from the United Party when it comes to global financing. The other aspect is, people thought, what is the impact in Silver 7 in Liberia? This is extremely deceptive, Julius. As we speak right now, commissioners in LTA, generator is making more money than professional Silver 7 in Liberia. Generators at LTA making up to $2,000 to $3,000. Silver 7 are earning that. Silver 7's salary have not changed in any way. And these were things that these guys campaign on when it comes to harmonization. Again, President Barker was very deceptive in his speech. Let's talk about the CSA boss major pronouncement that has been heralded. As the CSA boss, as an entity, control over 103 spending entities in Liberia. Currently, is sustained. The last estimate was 67,000 employees. Despite the downsides in which the guys claim the biggest policy, reformation of the United Party, the wage bill have completely increased.
Thanks. So kindly, wait, right there. We come to Emmanuel Barnes on civil service reform. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you can start now.
Yeah, thank you. Unlike under the CDC government, where the chairman of CDC was the CSA managing director, he would just write a letter to an entity here and say, give the person their position, pay them this, and they get on the payroll. We have brought decency to public service. Before you become a civil servant, you need to go to the testing center at CSA. You should come with the requisite credential for the position you occupy. Unlike under the CDC term where the offenses will take the app on her phone and just say, give me anything and add you to the payroll because you were administrator of finance. This does not happen under this responsible
What is
government.
the evidence that he did
But the
that?
offenses where is right here. He deceived CDC into harmonization that caused them to be a former ruling party today. Unlike us, the true essence of harmonization, here is it, was to standardize salary across government entities. Unlike them, they reduce people's salary to infuse unqualified seditions. That was why the civil service went from little over 56,000 to over 70,000.
Pause. Let me pause your time. Let me pause your time. Hi, looking Jenna, you really enjoying your man, George. You just
I know the facts.
yeah, no, I mean, but you enjoying the man.
I'm just laughing because the guys are going to be.
It's okay. It's okay. No, that was just for the fun of it. You can.
So, like I was saying, the essence of harmonization was to standardize the pay of people doing equal work for equal pay across all government entities. But what CDC did was they reduced Emmanuel K. Barnes the first pay, and bring assuming but not admitting George Lobo, who doesn't even have a first degree, and gave him the pay of a director. But that is the accumulation. That was why the payroll when
leave Malcolm. Let him go ahead.
But they take about taking work with me. No, they take about taking work with me. I don't get distracted by this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this type of time. So they increase the payroll or civil servant number by over 20,000 by this unqualified individual. And in 10 seconds, let me conclude on this. I am a living testimony of ghosts being on payroll. At the Ministry of Labor, when we were doing all the payroll, over 13 ghost names. When real ghosts, they were making 700, 800, 1,000. We could not see them one day doing verification.
Okay.
And these are things that Geoffrey were.
So there was a direct allegation made against you there. So I'll give you 1 minute to.
So you know, when people come with misinformation.
Hold on, let me put you on.
It's terrible, and this misinformation is not only from them. Even the pro-tem Yumli, she was carried away by this.
Can you leave the microphone? Also,
she was carried away by this fallacy that the CDC put 25,000 people on the payroll. United Party for 12 years ran a dual payroll system. 44,000 person on basic salary that only making Liberian dollars. 25,000 or more person making general allowance, a system that was abused and used by the Unity Party to give some of their partisans and their associates high salary. What the CDC do on harmonization? CDC requirement was to collapse the two payroll. When you collapse 44 and 25, you count to 67 or 69. When you add the 2,500 health workers that we brought onto the payroll, that was not adding people onto the payroll. They see people talking about, you have to standardize the payroll, you have to create pay grade. United Party didn't have a pay system. United Party has spreadsheet. Every agency has spreadsheet of their payroll that they talk to the Ministry of Finance. We make the audit, we made the monitoring of the payroll very difficult. Today, Joker is sitting in his office and can control the payroll unlike CSA did in the past. Because of the reform that we did. We digitize the payroll. We put biometric on the payroll.
Did you ask people for money to pull them on payroll?
I just want to lose stock that the Unity Party people will move around with. That the man had the payroll on his phone. Of course, the payroll is digitized. Do I need to have laptop to use when I already have the payroll on? Joker, as we speak, have that payroll on his phone. So he need to approve employment or pay. He use a phone. He need to come to the office and put a laptop on. Okay. That's innovation. They don't understand it. They see it as using it to corrupt people or to do other things.
Thanks so kindly, gentlemen. We move on to the final part. No, it is okay, gentlemen. Thanks so kindly, gentlemen. Thanks so kindly, gentlemen. It is okay. That is off record. That is off the microphone. Your microphones are off. We will move on to the last point. There are too many things, but we have to talk about the economy. We go to the lines. That is, in fact, one of the most significant things Liberians want to talk about. I'm sorry, we may not be able to talk about transparency, accountability, corruption, all those kinds of things. But let's hear a bit from what the president had to say about the economy.
Esteemed members of the legislature, allow me to give you some perspective to further understand where we are today. We inherited an economy in steep decline, with Liberians facing unprecedented hardship, including rising unemployment, inflation, and growing inequality. Before our administration, growth slowed to just 4.6%, while inflation surged to a double digit of 10.1%, driven largely by rising food and fuel prices. The current account debt at the time had worsened to 26.4% of the GDP. International reserves were dangerously low, just about 2.1 months of import cover, and debt burden had ballooned to 2.5 billion, with 54.6% of the GDP. Civil servants were facing extreme hardship due to pay harmonization and delayed salary payments, leaving them vulnerable to payday lenders and informal financial schemes like SUSU clubs. We simply did not just recognize these challenges and their impact on our citizens. We took decisive action to increase salaries of health workers, the police, and the teachers. We have taken steps necessary to restore economic stability and have made good progress. In 2024, our economy demonstrated resilience and steady growth with a revised real GDP growth of 5.1%. Key sectors driving the growth include mining, agriculture, fisheries, and services. Strategic investment in infrastructure and energy deployment, supported by international partners such as the World Bank, African Development Bank, the European Union, USAID, further bolstered this expansion.
Okay, I guess you already listened to it on yesterday as well. I just want the public to get a bit of it. So the President painted a picture of a bouncing back economy and all of that. You can tie everything about the economy and anything else in. I'll give you all 3 minutes each. If you need to add something else, you can do that because we don't have the time to go to another talking point. So we'll start with Emmanuel Barnes on this one, the state of the economy, the bread and butter issues, everything right there.
Yes, so like the president said, the state of the economy is better than we inherited. Inflation, 10.1% to 7.7%. Growth rate was as low as 4.6%. We have taken it to 5.1%. Then someone will say, what are the bread and butter issues in this whole inflation decrease and all of that? The reduction in the prices of rice and petroleum. If a relative of mine is a taxi driver, by the mere fact that the price of gasoline has reduced, it is an increment. The reduction of that amount is an increment in his income. It's an added value to his purchasing power. Similarly with rice. And you can see the president talked about what? The paying of people on time. Unlike the CDC government, finance ministry used to issue press release to announce that they have paid people's salary. If you are to be paid your salary for this month on the 20-something of the next month, it reduces your purchasing power because you will go to borrow money and an added interest upon that. It reduces the value for money in your hand. But we pay on time. We do not announce that because that is our responsibility. This is what we said we will have done. The next thing we do, we are ensuring that the fiscal and monetary policy of our country are aligned. You do not see government supporting money laundering, unlike the past government, by saying we were doing mop-up exercises where 25 million of our money was taken and thrown into the streets to support their corrupt activities. You do not see today that the reserve of Liberia is over 498 million, unlike the CDC government that took 82 million just to pay people in December when they were exiting. We are not going to borrow from the reserve now. So the economy is on a steady path to growth.
Okay. Let us go to Malcolm. Malcolm Scott. Your minutes start now.
Julius, as a student of economics and a lecturer, I'm a believer in the sticky wage, which speaks to the fact that wages should be sticky and should not go downward. So, as a realist, I don't support the fact that people's salary should be, brought down. I mean, I spoke against those. But the fact that the rescue government came to governance and think they're in to create hope, this same government has gone back to the harmonization policy of the previous government. And I'll tell you why. The Supreme Court justices and the Chief Justice have received in amount, and this is a fact. You have fast checkers, there are smoking guns at the Supreme Court. The trial judges are about to protest because the president signed onto a commitment to pay those people what they refer to as a harmonized salary. Because of those, the Chief Justice got 60,000, and other associate justices got little less than 50,000, 60,000. They screwed and screwed their trial judges out. They are screwing the problem. The reason I brought this scenario into the fray to tell you that these same people who said they have rescued the government have gone back to the old order of the day. Okay, so I've mentioned that. I don't want to lose my thought on a particular point that I talked about the agriculture sector and the percentage for appropriation test in agriculture. This is consistent with the Maputo commitment to ensuring the food security of the country. So I just want to weigh in on that quickly. With respect to the overall health of the economy, the president flipped. He said nothing that will create hope for the country. As of the time the president delivered his annual message, the exchange rate is currently at a triple digit state. Currently, the LRD is between 201 to $1. This is a troubling sign. And there are readings on the world that the US economy will go to recession if care is not taken. I'll tell you why. Economists in the region are forecasting in a way where they'll do readjustment into the projections. For example, from the annual budget to program plans, capital, accomplishment, all of those. Ghana and other places are looking at the way where they'll try to reroute their appropriation programs and align them with single budgeting. The hope the president created that the country is currently better than what he took is sad. You don't need to go to anybody in the street and ask what's
okay. Thanks. So kind of we go to Wanto. Thank you. We hold you there. Let's go to Wanto.
Great. Thank you. You know, it's very hilarious when I listen to viewpoint that has no backing with economic analysis. It's very, very hilarious. Here's what we should know, Julius. This is the World Bank report. President Barga reported that there was 5.1% increase in his speech. In fact, on CDC, the World Bank projected that there should be 5.7% growth. This is 2023 report from the World Bank. On CDC, the World Bank reported that the government have, managed fiscal deficit at a very unsustainable level, to a narrow medium term. Today, we are speaking about inflation. As we speak right now, the rate is almost close to $200 per dollar. Under the CDC, headline inflation rose by 10.1% to 7.6% in 2022. The CDC managed fiscal and monetary, policy in a way that was hailed by the World Bank. In fact, the World Bank said that we have sustainable fiscal and monetary policy under the CDC. But this is not the only situation. But let's look at all aspects of the economy. In 2024, there was a fiscal transparency report. The fiscal transparency report from the Department of State provided this report on the government. It said the government failed to disclose earnings from state-owned enterprise. It said the government enacted a budget that was not made publicly in a timely manner. In fact, clearly, the report said that information on national debt remain inaccessible, hindering public oversight. This is the government that can public governance and transparency. This is not the only concern on the economy. The president failed to project how many jobs were created in the space of a year. Independent report from the Center and the NAMO said that the government have achieved only 30% out of 100 plus, projects that were listed in the arrest agenda. Only 30% were implemented in the space of a year. This is NAMO report. This is not from Wando. In 2018, CDC inherited an economy on the brink of collapse. We increased domestic revenue to $640 million, surpassing Unity Party $460 million. We stabilized the economy. In fact, even during the COVID-19, our net reserve internationally was 240 million compared to 150 million left by Unity Bank.
Okay. Thanks. So kindly.
On the last
No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We gotta take it up. We gotta go to the last time is already. I will go to Josh.
Also, Julius, thank you very much. What does this mean for the state of the economy? The president said the economy is strong. There are a few things I want to point out because what affect the Liberian people. Julius, when we came to power, it was very clear. The president stated that in 2024, the price of rice declined. We made rice at $17 for the 25 kg bag. It went down to 16.75. Is that not a decline? That's a fact.
The 25 cents.
When I'm wrong, just correct me. But it's a decline. Not only that, under our leadership, where we made gas in $4 and above, today it's $3.91 at the pump. It's a decline. That is a fact. Our government decreased gasoline prices $4.
What's the impact of the
decline? No, leave it. Malcolm, leave it, please. You can go ahead.
Our government.
But those are the basic questions.
No, but leave it now. You've been talking your own. Leave it. Leave it. Let the man go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
So, our government has taken steps to improving the people's life because the effect in the reduction of gasoline price, Julius, has the ability to impact a lot of things across the market spectrum. Transportation, the movement of goods and services. Many of our people, that have small generators, that run small businesses, that is also helping them, that's saving on fuel or if they're burning gasoline and things like that. But Julius, let's look at something that the president spoke about. He talked about monetary policy. We knew before we came to power, anywhere borrowing rate around here was around 25%. The president talked about borrowing rate. It has decreased from 20% to 17%. What does that say? The greatest tool available to the central bank to facilitate trade, to promote the economy, is the interest rate. So now, what does that mean? For those who want to take loan, those who want to borrow to build a house, those who want to borrow to buy a car, that means they get a lower interest rate. Those who want seed money to establish business, Julius, that is something that benefits the economy. Because we believe that the way we'll grow this economy and create jobs is going to be through small businesses, which have been proven everywhere across the country. Not only that, Julius, President Bouaka announced the steps we've taken as a government to ensure that from the data is clear. The economy grew by 5.1%, Julius. Okay. It shows that our government has done what it needs to do and will continue to do better.
Thanks
the father's line, the decline like my man in 2019. That's why they're cherry picking years in their 6 years.
Thanks so kindly. But there was a COVID crisis.
Oh, man.
You don't want to talk about that.
In 2019, the economy was negative 0.1%.
Thanks so kindly. We come to Dale Francis, right, to wrap up on this. We'll take a few calls. Dale.
Yes, so, the greater deception in the president's speech is in the state of the economy. The president started and said that the economy is in steep decline. That the country is worse in terms of economic growth. In the same president's speech, he said...
You mean was in steep decline?
Yes, he said the economy... was in steep decline. In the speech, that's the first paragraph. Yeah, in steep decline in 2023. That means it was dying. By his interpretation of steep decline, he said 4% growth rate represents steep decline. But now he's embracing it, sir. He's showing a picture of that he has improved the economy. Improved it to what? 5.1%? The economy that he said was worse. You increase it to 5.1 by just 0.5 points.
0.6.
0.5 points, 0.6, whatever it is. So for something to be worse, it means you must have 3 times, 4 times, 7 times improve on it. But because there was nothing major, tangible achieved economically to move growth from beyond 4.6 to maybe 7%, 8%, the president needed to present that picture that things were worse and so forth. But to correct them also, in the 2024 budget, the preamble of the 2024 budget, the prefix, when you read our prefix, it says that the Liberian economy, is strong on the strong foundation of the past 2023 performance.
Yeah.
It's in a budget book.
What's a budget that you presented to
No, PK revised that budget and submitted it. It's there. The approved budget. PK was a finance minister. Prema Kamal was a finance minister. He said it because numbers don't lie. The econometric English don't lie, because you know that 4.6% growth was a strong growth. Not only he said it, the World Bank said it, the IMF said it. When you came 2024, nothing major you did, by virtue of the fact that you didn't even grow the economy by 25%, by 10%. You grew it by 0.5%.
Okay, thanks. So I
need you to give me. I need to.
Just 5 seconds. I'll take calls now.
He's boasting about monetary policy. Monetary policy regime is the regime that CDC left in place. There was no policy regime on a United Party. United Party used to borrow from the central bank. When the IMF came, we designed the program. We designed the program. That C program, the posting of is a program. Is a C program.
Thanks,
monetary policy.
Thanks so kindly, gentlemen. 0777700 995 055 995 the numbers to call. Gentlemen, it's okay. The microphones are off. Let's take some calls. Josh, it's okay. The microphones are off. Your microphones off. Gentlemen. Let's take calls now. I hold your phone. No, gentlemen, let's take calls now. Let's take calls. I beg you. It's okay. Okay, gentlemen, this is the okay conversation. Please, let us have respect for the audience. Let's have respect for the audience, please. Let's have respect for the audience, please. Okay. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
It's very interesting. Guys that have no understanding of the economy begin.
Okay, let us take some calls. 77700 995 555 995. Let's go international. Okay, this one went off. Let's see who is right here. Welcome quickly. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. My name is Mama Sika, but I want to
45 seconds.
I want to say thank you to Dave, Fancy, and the rest of the discussants. You see, the United Party used lies to come to power, but it cannot help them. You can't lie to come to power, and then you in power, you want to keep lying. The assistant minister said we filled the payroll with physicians who are incompetent and unqualified. That's why we brought about the harmonization. Now you've targeted those same physicians, you've dismissed most of them, and brought on board your competent parties in your quotes, in your words, but you have not been able to address the issue of harmonization that speaks to the fact that it was a propaganda by you. Another thing is, I agree with the discussion that said a mere justice minister.
Oh, okay. Thanks. So kindly, Mama, we'll hold you right there. Let's go international. 45 seconds. Kev Hassan, welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, my man, if I was a Unity Party person, I would get vexed with you. How can you bring Dale Francis with people against people?
My man, leave that one. The man is a Liberian. Put here. They are Liberians at discussions. They understand.
But they're murdering them. You can tell that my brother John Lobo and his colleague don't even know what he's saying. How can you attack harmonization and you still keeping it? It makes sense.
Okay.
How can you attack harmonization and you still keeping it?
Thanks so kindly. Cap, we're holding that. Let's come on this side. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly. No, your line is terrible.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon to your panelists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, firstly, I want to register that the president's persona was characterized by same land promises, lies.
What is her name? What is her name, Chief?
My name is Ebenezer Williams, and I call from Valton. Yeah, like I was saying, hypocrisy and lack of technical way of putting forth the model of Burundis for for the progress of 2025.
So that may giving other B word therefore.
No, I listened to the on the Unity Party arguing that when it comes to the positive side, and the guys from cities to argue that the president's speech lamented on things that were happening from the city, the state government is controlling it. But now, this is the very president in his speech, many times the Unity Party people have argued that the inheritor of mess state from the city government.
Okay, thanks. We'll hold you there because of time. Let's come on this side. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you, Julius. My name is A.B. Samoka. I call you from Ghana this evening. Julius, two issues quickly. One to make mention of Eli Jawolo's report. That report was done like 4 months ago. The report did not cover the entire year. So I think he needs to check that fact. The issue of harmonization, I think the government is moving now to correct harmonization. Even one of your studio guests made mention of it, I think it was Malcolm, that they pay the judges some of their pre-harmonized salaries. So it is being done gradually. So harmonization is fading away. It is important to establish that it is being faded away by paying people, starting with the judges. Thank you.
Thanks. So kindly, this will be the final one. We have to wrap up. I'm sure we'll do a part 2 next week. They will certainly agree. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. My name is Danishos Mate, and I'm calling from Monrovia. So I'd like to say thank you to the panelists, but because of time, there are just two things that I want to talk about with the president's speech. Firstly, the president said that 9% of ministerial positions are held by women. That's incorrect. There are 7 female ministers of the 19, and if you do the math, that's 36.82%, not 39. The other part is, in the speech also, the president talked about the recognition or the endorsement by the AU and the ECOWAS of Liberia's bid for the non-permanent seat on the UN the UN Security Council. That's also not true, because that the endorsement by the ECOWAS and the AU was done with President George Weah at the time he was president. And if you go back to the history, that was the AU endorsed Liberia in July 2023.
Okay, thanks. So kindly, gentlemen, I can wrap up with all of you because of time. So y'all will have to decide. Let them speak for you people, and the two people gotta decide who should speak. Yeah, please. I'm begging you. We will do part 2 next week. I promise you guys. Maybe Monday.
The pre-harmonization was that the same government who spoke against.
No, it's okay. We can correct everything. No, the time cannot permit. The news is coming. Adele, you can please wrap up in one minute on behalf of you and everybody. That's on our side.
On a summary, the president State of the Union was very deceitful, full of lies, and so forth, and the rest of it. If you simply just take the price of rice, he said they reduced the price of rice to $16.95. Today exchange rate is 199. Times it by $16.95. The price of rice is about 3,400 some more dollars. When CDC left them with the price of rice at $17. According to him, we use that same analysis. But CDC left them with an exchange rate of 183. You times it by the $17, the price of rice CDC left was $3,111. So who helping who?
Okay, thanks so kindly. We come to you are speaking on behalf of you.
So for a person who work in a fiscal space to be given an exchange rate outside of the CBL exchange rate as
leave it. No, the time for go ahead, please. Don't cry.
No, let's see this. Go ahead.
The time for gentlemen, I beg you, end. I hold your phone.
So but next time, Julius, regulate this problem, because these CDC guys with that shenanigans.
Then leave them now.
at no point in time we ever dismiss people when we took over. I am a living example. I met 3 seditions in my office till date. They are still there, not dismissed. The exchange rate, we met it at 200 in 2024.
No, that is not what the CBO says, because you just talk about the CBO rate.
The CBO exchange rate.
No, it
wasn't 183. It wasn't 183. It wasn't 183. It was so.
Thanks, kind of gentlemen. That's how we'll go next week. Next week we'll bring the state panel here. Thanks so kindly, gentlemen, for being there. Thanks so kindly. That's how we go. The news is up next. The OK conversation is here. Yeah, the OK conversation. Yeah, next week. Yeah. Thanks so kindly, gentlemen. Yeah, thanks so kindly, gentlemen, for being here. We are out. The news is up next.
Newsnet never disappoint.